What's going on, folks? How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully everybody had a lovely Thanksgiving, and if you're not one of the people that celebrates Thanksgiving, hopefully you just had a lovely few days. Thank you for being here. Yeah, so we're gonna do some themes. I do have the jumbo squid and the Jamanilla to eat for donations. These ones are gonna go to. My mic is low. Oh, okay. Let me see if I can. It wasn't really plugged in on that. I'll turn it all the way up. See if that helps. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to project. Just gonna have to talk. Maybe it's just a little far from me. I think it's a little far from. Yeah, there we go. I did shave, and my hair was really annoying the hell out of me. So, I do not like having a beard. It's not fun for me. It gives me anxiety. It's hard to sleep. It makes my face really itch. And, you know, I prefer having a smooth face, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to shave every single day. I'll wait until I have to do that for the army to actually shave every single fucking day. If my mic is still a little bit low, I can mess around with it, but other than that, I don't know. Let me double check my audio input capture settings. Blue snowball. All right. Yeah, everything looks to be doing the best. As long as it's not staticky right now, we'll be good. Yes, thank you, Mudbrooker. My beard hates me. My beard does hate me because it itches like fucking crazy. Like, annoys the shit out of me, my brain, my face, everything. Alright, so we're gonna kind of jump into it. Some interesting things have come to my attention about several folks. And I was just at the smoke arena just bullshitting, and I don't like to cover negs for numerous reasons, although the video that Nova was watching, easily I could have covered, but I'm not going to, at least not, I don't know, anytime very soon, because he just shows his ass. It's negs. If you're unwilling to do just the slightest amount of research, because it took me, like, I don't know, a total of 3 minutes to look up everything that he was talking about, and he did no preliminary research on anything. And one of the things that we're going to be looking at is Argentina has a new president who is an ANCAP, anarcho-capitalist, like Mr. Dapperton, but we'll get into that later. We've got some other stuff. I've got, of course, Dave, but yeah, we've got some Von Helton, and if y'all like onions, you're not gonna like this video. I love some onions, some grilled onions on my burgers, onions, and put onions all over. You're not gonna like this one. It's gonna be absolute dog shit. But let me say what's up to the chat real quick. Of course, Mudbrooker, Tubian, thank you for being here. He looks like a comedian from the 70s. Me? Am I supposed to have a mustache? Or are you talking about negs? Mango Jones, thank you for being here. Everybody thank Mango Jones. If you want to see me eat some nasty stuff, go ahead and hit the links up at the top. I think for the squid, I'll just say $50. I'll say $50 for either of these, and I'll just fucking call it a day. You guys are typically really generous. Oh, the Argentinian president. Okay, yeah, facts. But we'll get into that, because the dude definitely is not savory. He has an alter ego that is a superhero. General ANCAP. Yeah, we'll get into that. Mistaken Reaper, thank you for being here. Lady Starfire, nice to see all of you. And Seth, thank you for pointing out that I shaved. And anybody else that I missed, all of the lurkers, everybody that watches afterwards, always appreciated. All right, so let's kind of dive right into this. Dang it, where's the thing? The card. Gotta get rid of the card, dude. It says it right there, bold letters, card. So I think, you know what, there's a few people here. There's enough people here. Nah. You know what, we'll just start with Dave, because he's at the top of the fucking he's at the top of the headline. Dave doesn't understand how to spell, obviously, poll numbers there, and big fat lady insults men. And Dave, you don't have a mirror and you have no self-awareness, because you are, well, you're not really big, you're just really fat, and you're not a man. So let's see what he has to say. I have a short from him that I forgot to put up, but we'll see.
Well, we are in fact back.
Are we though?
My fucking sister and brother-in-law decided to go over to his cousin's for dinner, so they'll be back. But I've got enough time to crank out the.
Yeah, they came over and they were like, God, I don't want to fucking be here. Let's just stop in for a little bit, and then we have other shit to do, and we can, you know. Dave, your family doesn't like you. Ooh, I don't want to move that. Don't want to move that. I'll move this. Dave, your family doesn't like you because you don't have a dark theme. Also, you're fucking insufferable. So.
Rest of the live stream that I wanted to do.
And if Dave goes live, maybe we can stream stuff.
Next couple of days, it'll probably just be videos only. So.
God damn, get to the fucking point. Also, for anybody just watching, work is slowing down, so, you know, the bugs have gone into hibernation, if you get the meme, so make me eat these. $50 each. I'll eat both for 100. I don't really give a shit. I got the golden fork right here. Caught that one. And paper towels, of course. So, thank you. But, yeah. Gavin Tobeans. Hey, folks. How you?
That's where I'm at.
We all had a good Thanksgiving. I had a great Thanksgiving.
Holidays.
I had a burrito for Thanksgiving, and it was absolutely fucking amazing. It's from a place called Pam's in Cuyahoga Falls. Oh my fucking God, was that shit good. Birria burrito. Birria breakfast burrito. Huh. And also, everyone, Gavin, everybody, remind us who Gavin is. Gavin is a boy. He is not a racist. And and Gavin is a Kit Kats. So.
That's okay.
Let's see.
Again, I'd rather have him staying here in some fucking hotel or something.
I'm sure they prefer the hotel, but continue. Gavin does shit in a tub, but you know,
anyway,
that was just once or twice.
Kyle Kalinski's analysis.
Trump up a little bit on Biden, and definitely up in swing states, because Biden is hemorrhaging young voters over Gaza.
Facts.
And he's hemorrhaging Arab American and Muslim American voters, and his lead with Latino voters is literally down to 4%. This is a group he should be winning by 30 percentage points. So absolutely devastating. Now, this is just one piece. Then we get this one. White House.
By the time the election rolls around, Kyle, Biden, is not going to have any Latino support, or he'll have the minority of it.
And he's going to provide no evidence of that. It's just strictly opinion. Biden is still going to have a significant amount of Latino support. We'll see how Trump does on the presidential campaign trail, because Biden, Dave, you make good points about Biden. Nobody is clamoring for Biden. There's no cult of Biden. There's a cult of Trump, but there's no cult of Biden because people realize that the dude kind of sucks. However, I think it was last month, there was 0% inflation. That's a lot to do with Biden and Democrat policies. But we'll get into that when we watch your short.
Struggling on how best to counter Biden's age optics, per Politico report.
When cats poop in places,
Could we
they
just
usually do it. It can mean
reflect
their
on the
cat
fact for a
box is
second that
dirty.
they're saying it's his
Ooh! When cats poop in places they usually don't, it can mean their cat box is dirty and they don't want to use it. There you go, folks. There you go. I wonder why that cat box would have been dirty. Maybe because it was.
age optics. Guys, I got news for you. The issue isn't the optics. The issue is, no, it's his age is actually getting
I've
to
never
him.
owned a cat,
And
so.
Well, no, it's the fact that he's fucking demented. We have a head of cabbage in the goddamn White House.
holding him back at this point. A new report delved into efforts by President Joe Biden.
Yeah, I went out there and then my brother-in-law said they were gonna have dinner with his cousins. So I was like, well, son of a bitch, I wish I'd have known that beforehand. I would have just done my broadcast when you motherfuckers left.
Just talk to your family and be like, hey, what do you guys want to do for Thanksgiving? Like, what? Like, I didn't broadcast yesterday because it was Thanksgiving. I was like, man, the people are with their families. I have other shit I want to fucking do. I think the last time I did, was it Wednesday? I don't think no, it wasn't Wednesday because I just went out. I was hanging out. I think it was Tuesday. I don't know. I don't really give a shit. But that's because I have other shit to do. I have other shit going on in my life, Dave. Get some shit going on in your life. Spend time with your family. Like, for fuck's sake, man.
But, whatever.
Biden's allies to diminish concerns about his age, even as it stands to be a major factor in the 2024 election. Politico interviewed over a dozen Biden donors, fundraisers, Democratic strategists, and party officials, all of whom spoke about the
Still have one cousin here, but they're watching TV, so who gives a shit?
difficulty of alleviating voter anxieties about the president's age, even though the president and his team have tried to deflect concerns about his age with humor, and by pointing to his experience, the fact remains that even most Democrats believe Biden is too old for another term in the White House. Politico's report described a DNC fundraising retreat in September where Biden's deputy campaign manager, Quentin Fulks, was asked about how donors should handle the age concerns. Some were satisfied when he suggested focusing on Biden's accomplishments. Still, others were not, and, quote,
not part of the family group chat. Ouch. Damn, our family group chat is, mostly just my mom telling us what's going on, and then we're just like, all right. And it's typically she puts the shit out while we're all working, and we're just like, okay, I'll get back to that later. And then she'll put out times and dates and stuff of shit that we're doing, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'll be there, or nah, I don't feel good, or oh, I have other plans. Dave, get yourself into that group chat by stop being a shitty person.
Not everyone is sure what the right playbook is for handling the president's most sensitive vulnerability. Guys, that's the
Gavin was shitting in the tub in the motel because he didn't have a litter box. Okay. Yeah, okay. Now I kind of remember the timeline. I'm out of the shanty lore a little bit, but Mango knows. So, yeah. If the cat or dog doesn't have anywhere to shit, if you're not taking them out regularly, they're just gonna fucking go. They're gonna find a place and they're just gonna go. And if they're in distress, then yeah, they're gonna piss and shit, and they're gonna do animal things. They just want to get the fuck out of there. You have to take care of your animals.
the thing. There is no
Thank
playbook.
you, Heon.
We've never
That
been
is the plural of penis. Peens. Pennies.
here.
Hope you're feeling better,
He's
dude.
the oldest ever. And again, it's showing. So they're trying to get solid concrete answers, and there are no concrete answers. I mean, look, the best you could do is pump homeboy up with Adderall and hope for the best. But even that at this late date, I don't know if that's going to do the trick. So from the report, even those in Biden...
Yeah, I mean, look, if Biden was one of those old guys that was with it and did the crossword puzzle every morning and blah, 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 but he's not that guy!
Trump is not that guy either. It harkens back to the fucking douchebag and shit sandwich. That's what we're going to have in the next election. And honestly, if it comes to Biden versus Trump, I'm going Biden all the fucking way. Just because I don't want Trump. But Trump lost to Joe Biden. He lost to Joe Biden. And if Hillary Clinton decides to run, everybody in a collective just face slap should just face palm and say, shut the fuck up. For loud enough for her to hear it. Because Jesus Christ, nobody wants her.
He's the guy that's like, I
managed to get 4 hours of sleep where I didn't cough. Ooh, nice.
Flag of,
hopefully you can get some more sleep and rest
whatever,
up. And I really hope you feel better.
And to the stands, Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Biden's inner circle, including family members, worry about the optics of age.
From what I've
Those
heard,
close
Corn
allies
Pop
believe
was a
that
bad
Biden
dude.
is mentally up for the job, but some acknowledge...
I think Chuck Grassley is, well, I have not followed his career. He seems like he's still with it, but he's also 90! God damn, we need some fucking age limits on this shit.
Facts.
You can't be a president and also be in your 80s.
that the president can at times appear frail, according to two people involved in the conversations, but not authorized to speak publicly about internal deliberations. One example, as noted on his recent physical, Biden's gait has stiffened following 2 foot fractures he suffered playing with his dog in late 2020. Oh, I didn't even know about that. Did you guys know that? People close to the president have discussed having him walk shorter distances while on camera. Jesus. They've also advocated, at times, trading in formal shoes for more comfortable ones, both to make his stride seem less stiff, but also to reduce the risk of falls. Oh, my God.
So we're going to have a president wearing... what is the most comfortable shoe in the world? Flip-flops?
In my experience, the most comfortable shoe in the world is Danner's combat boots. The tan Danner's boots, it's like walking on a cloud. Granted, you're going to be more tired because they're a little bit heavy. However, common space, Danner boots. Get some Danner boots. If you're on your feet constantly, get some Danner boots. Also, see the podiatrist. If you have back problems, it might be because your feet are fucked up.
Slide on
Get
shoes,
Biden
like
some
Mr.
Crocs.
Rogers, slippers.
Put Biden in Crocs in sport mode.
Nikes. I mean, dress shoes can't feel great.
Jeez, guys, just so everybody understands, when you're talking about, oh my God, he's falling a lot, that is literally like, I don't want to be an asshole about it, but that's like end of life concerns. You know, when your parents get to the point or your grandparents get to the point where they keep falling, that's like, oh my God, they need help around.
Well, I mean, it's come up in hushed conversations with me and my siblings about our parents. Now, they're not at that point yet. But it's like, how do we broach this subject if, like, fucking mom can't live in a house anymore? I mean, dad's there, but he's starting to, he can't really help her anymore. Like, what do we do?
24/7 in order to do basic things.
I mean, I can't take care of them. My brother might be able to, but he ain't exactly a spring chicken anymore. And my sister's completely out because she's got a fucking toddler. Even though my fucking niece would love to have Pop-Pop and Grandma there.
Oh, man. So, look, they go on to say here that even Biden's donors, they raised concerns about the president's age with DNC officials, but, quote, they just refused to even acknowledge it was a problem. But that's externally. Internally, they're all like, Jesus.
It's like, how do we we split the cost of like a private nurse or something, or like what do we fucking do here?
Christ, what do we do? How do we fix this? Is this fixable? We need a strategy. We need a playbook. We need to have answers. How? And it's like, I'm sorry, man. Ain't no answers, dog.
Yeah, maybe you should run somebody that's worth fucking while. There's the answer. Hearts in the chat for Sydney. Run somebody that's worthwhile, but there's not anybody that's really worthwhile that the DNC is actually going to have any sort of backing for, because the DNC sucks. They pushed Bernie out in favor of Joe Biden, and while Joe Biden has actually been good for the country, he's not all there. He's the lesser of two evils. Can we just not have the lesser of two evils in one fucking election once in a while? Like, goddamn, it's not that hard. It really isn't that hard to just seriously just run somebody that people actually like. Had Bernie Sanders not been pushed out, like, I think he made the right decision to actually, like, just support Joe Biden, because he knew he was going to split the vote, and that would have meant a second Trump presidency, and that would have been disastrous. What's going on, J-Mag? And if we have that again, like, the dude is just going to be even worse. He's going to erase everything that Joe Biden did, and it's going to make the country a whole hell of a lot worse. And that's kind of the way Trump set everything up, because he made it so that the next guy, if he wasn't elected, the next guy would have to fix everything, but it's such a Herculean task that it's damn near impossible to do it in 4 years. So it was just a ploy. Trump isn't the dumbest person on the planet, but at the same time, the dude doesn't know how to run the country. He ran 6 businesses into the ground, one of them being a fucking casino. He's not intelligent. He just hates the right people. That's it. He hates the right people for his base. And he's been booed because he said, get vaccinated. Because he was kind of forced to say, get vaccinated. And they booed him well after he said, don't get vaccinated. By the way, get vaccinated. Vaccines are one of the greatest inventions humankind has ever come up with. And if you think differently, then think like me.
So it really is true that we are rolling the dice on having Trump get a second term.
Is this really the best
Trump
we can?
Trump is going to get a second term, and don't fucking.
No, Trump is not guaranteed a second term. It's not the best we can do, but it's the best system we can come up with. Yeah, which is pretty fucking sad. But Trump is not guaranteed a second term. There's so much infighting in the Republican Party, and people are so fed up with Republican bullshit and like how far right the Republicans are going, that they got almost completely demolished in the last election. Dave, you don't know what you're talking about, and when you don't know what you're talking about, maybe you should just shut the hell up.
Get dramatic, everybody will be just fucking fine.
Talking about a guy who openly said, I want to suspend the Constitution. We're talking about a guy who still denies the 2020.
When did he say that? When did Donald Trump say, you know what, I'm going to suspend the current Constitution, and I'm going to make my own. It'll be the greatest Constitution. It'll be wonderful. It'll have bells and whistles. And it'll...
That was essentially his goal for all 4 years. to just ignore the Constitution while trying to defend it. Schrodinger's Constitution list, I guess.
To be printed.
Hey, what's going on,
on
Skits?
Trump paper, the greatest paper of them all.
That actually sounds like something Trump would say. I'm not gonna lie.
When did that fucking happen?
All right. Yeah, you're gonna go grab a beer.
Invoking
Put your
the Insurrection
headphones
Act to
on.
quell anti-Trump protests on day.
I mean, I like McDonald's too, but I don't eat it anymore because every time I do,
Shut up. He stated it on Truth Social. Please, by all means, Seth, send me like a link or a screenshot or something like that, because I know what Kyle Kalinske is actually going over. He's like, he wants martial law like day one, and fun fact: soldiers are people. Soldiers are not robots. So if he does something like that, then what do you think's going to happen? Disillusion in the U.S. military. Do you want the strongest military in the history of the world to be disillusioned? To essentially like break down? Okay, well we're going to stretch our active duty soldiers razor thin, so we're going to have to pick up a bunch of, National Guardsmen. What? I don't want to do that. I'll just not show up to formation. Okay, well now we have about 50% strength of what we fucking need for this presidential order. So now you have to not only go after the people that didn't show up, but you have to go after all of the people that he doesn't like. So you're basically just razor thin on every front. People don't work like that.
I literally had the shits the next day.
Look here, Skits Crasher. You know what I mean. Also, why does he have the shits the next day?
My stomach, my system is just, I don't know. I went for like 2 years of not having any junk food at all. And ever since then, every time I've done it, even ordering pizza, I'm like, oh, God, what the fuck? What did I do? What did I do?
Day one of his presidency. Project 2025, with hundreds of right-wing think tanks getting together to gut the administrative state in every...
I do have family over, but they decided to go to my brother-in-law's cousin's house for dinner, so now the house is mostly empty. I've got a cousin rolling around, but he's just kind of watching TV on the couch, so who the hell gives a shit? I figured what...
I don't give a shit.
Time I have a chance
I don't
to
think I give a shit about
broadcast
that
over the next couple of days, so might as well take opportunity.
Hey, tell me if Dave goes live tonight.
imaginable way. This is what they're rolling out. We're rolling the dice with rank authoritarianism, and the only thing standing between us and that is a...
If anything, the rank authoritarianism comes from your side, Kyle, so fuck you.
Can we get some projectors in the chat for that one?
Who's 81, who doesn't know where he is and can't complete a sentence. Now, you guys say to me, well, Kyle, you're being a little too harsh on him. Well...
No, probably tomorrow, if I do anything at all, it's just going to be a video. Or two.
You have tons of videos in the works. Like, that's all
Anything
you
beyond
fucking
that
do.
ain't going to happen.
All you do, all you have in your life is YouTube. That's it. Like, YouTube is typically like a second thought for me. I'm like, okay, what do I have to do? I got to do this, that, and the other thing. I have to go here. I have to, spend some time with these people. I have to help this person out. And then I'm like, do I have time to stream? And I had time to stream today. And I initially set this for 5:30, but I have to get up really early tomorrow to go to work. So I set it for 5. I was like, Ooh, excuse me. And I have an extra little bit of time to make some food, snug up with the pooch, and do whatever the fuck I need.
And the day after. And the day after that. So, decent chance I'll be doing just maybe some shorts or some other shit.
Why aren't you spending... Hold on, here's a good question. Your cousin's over watching TV. Why aren't you spending time with them? You are the worst host. You're the fucking worst, man. Like, if any of my family came over and was like, hey, we're gonna come over and just hang out, which they typically don't, because I usually go the opposite direction. I go towards them because my mom's house is like centralized on where everybody lives around her, and I'm way out of the way, so I'll go over there. And I talk to Mango all the fucking time. I'm like, hey, I'm at my mom's house, you're not gonna hear from me for a few hours. And then she just expects not to talk to me till the next day, which is perfectly fine, because like I'm spending time with my family. They decide to come over. I'm not going to be streaming. I'm not going to be making videos. I'm going to be hanging out with them, bullshitting, talking about, hey, remember this time? Hey, remember, like my one brother. I remember one time I did something. I think I like made fun of him, and he chased me out the back door. And my mom had this like clay bird bath, and it had a stand and then the basin for the bird bath. And I ran and then immediately took a hard left, and he went knee first right in that bird bath and fucking shattered it. And it was hilarious. Granted, it was just the stand, not the basin, but that was fucking hilarious. We were laughing our asses off. But I also kind of got my ass kicked a little bit after that. I think it might have been like maybe 15 or something at that point. Hey, Pip. I'm doing okay. I'm hanging out, doing my thing. If you want to hear someone be an idiot, it's Dave.
This is the newest gaff.
Here's turkey and its alternative, or named Liberty and Bell.
If you guys like playing games online, check out Piplash. Fridays at, I think it's like 3 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, it would be 3 p.m. Eastern, because she's in the UK. So check it out. It's fun. It's a fun time.
And we're raised in Minnesota, and we are seeing live pictures from the White House as the two turkeys appear to be a little bit reticent to get on the stage there, but they will be pardoned, which is, let's listen in just, if we could, just for a few seconds.
Honeycrisp apples. Not bad, huh?
Not bad, huh?
I sure in hell like to see them
8
play
p.m.
ice hockey.
UTC, just finished. Okay, cool.
1,000 lakes.
Well, thank you for being here.
And the Mall of
I
America.
know you're probably a little
Now,
bushed.
just to get here, Liberty and Bell had to beat some tough odds in competition. They had to work hard to show patience and be willing to travel over 1,000 miles. You could say even this harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Britney's tour. She's down in, it's kind of warm in Brazil right now.
Look, we all get what he was trying to say.
Oh my God!
It's just
He can't
typical
say, I love
presidential
Honeycrisp
schlock.
apple stuffing, and I love whatever the fuck else he said. And all right, let's pardon the damn birds.
He was trying to say Taylor Swift, and like I guess he saw the news reports that it's really warm down there.
Well, Taylor Swift isn't from Minnesota, I don't think. I'm willing to go out on a limb and say she's not. I could be dead fucking wrong. But
Yes, Biden.
I don't think...
Biden does want to run for another term, but I don't know. We kind of went over this a little earlier. There's not much there's not much there. Regardless, I would rather have Biden than Trump. That's basically the gist of what we talked about.
She is.
There, hot down there, and like somebody died.
Also,
at one
is
of the
just
concerts.
old
It
and
was, like,
isn't hip with the
130-some-odd
kids.
degrees.
Exactly, Griffin Doggo. Like, bro, he's not hip with the lingo. He don't got that riz, bruh. On God, no cap.
Season. But look, man, oh God, the optics are just so out of control.
Actually, what does happen to the president? Actually, what does happen? Because every president for the last, like, 120 years or whatever the fuck it is has pardoned turkeys.
But say, U.S. has been around a little bit longer than that. But
What happens to them? Do they go to a special farm or a special preserve, or the fuck happens to them?
that's actually a good question. Hey, Dave, let's answer that. Each of the sitting president this year was pardoned 2 turkeys. How does this tradition begin? The path to pardoning. What happens to turkeys after they are pardoned? After a heated vote, corn was declared last year's winner. But unfortunately, the second bird is always spared from the chop as runner-up first alternate. The White House. The bird is retired for some much-deserved rest and relaxation. Neither bird makes an appearance at the White House. Both birds from this year's pardoning ceremony will retire to the home state, where they will spend the rest of their days at the University of Minnesota's College of Food, Agriculture, and Natural Resources Sciences. Birds in previous years have been sent to a variety of locations, including Virginia Tech's Gobbler's Rest exhibit in Blacksburg, to a farm named Frying Pan Farm Park. God, can you guys, like, fucking fix this shit? Some birds during the Barack Obama and George W. Bush administrations were even sent to Disneyland to greet crowds in the theme park and be paraded down the main street. Sadly, the spared turkeys do not tend to live very long after their pardoning, as the animals are farm raised and bred to be eaten. They grow larger and faster and than they would be in the wild and do not have a long lifespan. So they basically just don't get their heads cut off and put in a fucking frying pan. That's it, bro. That's it. That's what happens. They go to a university. They're donated as a live animal, and then they live out their entire lifespan, and then they die. So, too fucking easy. It's just a symbolic thing. Exactly, Heon. Turkeys were spared from being eaten in the 1970s, so a lot less than I think that would have been 50 years ago. Colonial question: what did the turkey do to a whole continent? I feel like that's the beginning of a joke, but no. Americans are wild. Yeah. Americans are fucking wild. It's just a weird tradition. I kind of like it just because it's kind of a silly thing. It's just an extension of the powers of pardon, like symbolic rent for the entirety of London being nails. Fair enough. They get too big, have heart attacks. Imagine being that kind of turkey and getting pardoned. Honestly, hey, look, you're going to a good cause regardless. Can I retire to Frying Pan Farm? No. You are not a turkey. I think that takes a presidential action. So, who mentioned London? Heon mentioned London.
Bred to be eaten so they die rather quickly. They're not bred for a long life.
But they get to live out their life.
So
like, that's kind of the point.
I don't know. Whatever.
Oh.
Control now. And his people know that, but they still can't do anything about it. See, this is the first time I ever learned that apparently he's the problem. I really thought that it was the establishment themselves propping him up as their puppet, thinking he's...
Oh no, the Klan's coming back. Like I said, this will probably be my last broadcast. It was like, well, hell, I have an opportunity I didn't know about. So, the hell with it.
Okay, I didn't have the PayPal open, so thank you so much, Drunken Crow. I don't know if you have the powers. Which one would you like me to eat? The colossal, or the jumbo squid, colossal calamar, or the spam, essentially? Jamonilla. I won't say that again. Jamonilla. You are not fat. The throat sounds of a man who is angry at nothing. Thank you. I can put it up to a vote, so I'll do this unless there's a message. I don't know if there's messages. No, it doesn't seem like there's a message. Okay, so one's in the chat if you want to see me eat the squid. Two's in the chat if you want to eat me. Eat me? Hey, whoa. Three's in the chat if you want to eat me. Two's in the chat if you want to see me eat the Danish Dutch spam. It's from Denmark. It's a product of Denmark. They're both imported. We'll put it up to a vote because I think what's his face? Okay, we got 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. I'll leave this up for another 2 minutes for everything to catch up, and we'll just continue to watch Dave.
Because, yeah, Thanksgiving might be just videos. Friday is, hell, it might be just shorts.
Spam is good.
And Saturday, I have no idea.
I think one's going to...
He's the best option.
Going to win out.
But apparently, everybody's
Might have to go
concerned,
get
and he's
some
like, no, I'm going to run
hot
again.
sauce.
Like, I got this. And that is like, holy cow, man. That's devastating. Because now, look, who do we have running against him? We have Marianne Williamson, Cenk Uygur,
who has no chance. Cenk Uygur cannot run for president!
if he wins his court case, and Dean Phillips.
Literally just said it. If he wins the court case, he can run for president. However, in the interim, he is not eligible to run for president.
Cenk
still run for office.
Cannot run for president, point blank, period. Dean Phillips has no chance.
All right.
Cenk Uygur is not a natural-born citizen of these United States. He is a naturalized citizen. There's one thing you don't get to do.
And it's like...
And his thing of the 14th Amendment is not going to hold up in court.
At this point, I think it's kind of clear that any one of the others would do better. And
fair enough. All right, let's actually grab our video, and we will do the rip. Ooh, I'm all wide. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so squids. I just took them out of the box. So we got some. We got a squad here that we're gonna eat, and I refuse to accept that a group of squid is called anything other than a squad. Fight me on it. All right. Let me. Put this in my lap. Cover up my keyboard. All right, so we got the squad. Ooh. wow. That looks... Oh, it's so full of fucking oil. I don't want to point it at the camera. Yeah, you guys can kind of see it. That looks surprisingly close to the box. Let's see how it tastes. Oh man, it's all tentacles. And this is in sunflower and olive oil. It actually smells alright. What? Hold on. Hold on. Hold the phone. Are these... I don't need the bucket for this shit. This shit tastes like barbecue, dude. But there's like, it's like just off. It's ever so slightly off. So you can see the squid, yeah, hanging down. There's some textures in there that are not savory. I'm trying to figure out. I think I know what it is. Hold on. Okay, now hear me out. Hear me out. So if you took grilled salmon, like the burnt end on a piece of grilled salmon, and then just took a piece of like the burnt end on a piece of grilled chicken, and then just pop those into your mouth. That's exactly what this tastes like. This shit actually fucking slaps, dude. That's a pretty big piece. It's very chewy, though. Very chewy. I'll even give you this. You know what? Since this is actually so good, I don't want Drunken Crow to waste their money. I'll drink as much as the oil as possible. Because it is just oil. I don't like having my insides lubed up outside of the truck stop. Mmm. Why does this taste like fucking barbecue? It's... Is a better analogy is... If you cooked a bunch of salmon on the grill and then immediately put some chicken on there, and those little burnt ends had that. But yeah, I don't want to drink this whole thing. It's all oil. Let's do it. That is not refreshing. Could use some clam juice. Oh, that is... That's not good. Promise is a promise. Oh, now that's good squid juice. Oh. It's just... I figured there might be like an oceany taste, maybe more of the barbecue flavor. There's a decent amount of particulate in there. I don't know if you guys can really see it. I don't want to dip this thing over too much and have oil all over my pants. The squid juice game, really? This might go good with some goldfish crackers. It's so like separated. I don't think you guys can really see it, but like where the bottom of the circle is, that's where the oil is. And then all the particulate is just in the thing. Oh man, I'm gonna shit so good. And by good, I mean lots. Ah. Ooh. Alright, that was okay. Do it. You got this, lizard. That was really salty. Last bite. Very concentrated. Very salty. Very much so. Worth the $50. Thank you so much, Drunken Crow. I really appreciate that. I will eat the jam manila for another $50. Honestly, that would be nice. It might be a fucking reprieve. I feel like I need just like a cracker or something, a piece of bread. It doesn't help that all I have is fucking like water and a couple beers. Oh. And while I do have a jar of Snow's clam juice, not a sponsor, I don't think that's on the menu tonight. Unless you guys really want to see that, but fucking name a price. I don't know. That shit's gross. Oh. Yeah, someone make me eat some Spam so I can wash all those wash that squad down. Well, that's a series of words. Oh. Well, Pepto, not a sponsor, folks. Now, I do have some Pepto. I don't know if I'll need it. The herring, or not the herring, the mackerel. The mackerel is what got me. I am not doing that for a long fucking time unless it's for, like, good charity to, like, I don't know, help people in Gaza or some shit. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I can't. That was a lot. We're just gonna get a cease and desist from Snow's. I might. However, comma space, they are not a sponsor. They just provide Snow's clam juice. And if you're not a fan of Snow's clam juice, not a sponsor, you might be a fan of Snow's minced clams, also not a sponsor. Yeah, I kept those off to the fucking side because figured the mackerel was going to be enough. However, all of that went to a good cause to help out Mango. So, thank you so much, Drunken Crow. You're an amazing person, and I need some like chips or something. I'll be right back.
And remember, this is...
Except Guy Fieri is actually kind of cool. And, well, Kyle, they might do better, but here's the thing. Marianne Williamson versus Trump, Trump. Gene Phillips versus Trump, Trump. Kamala Harris versus Trump, Trump. Joe Biden versus Trump. At the moment, right now, Trump. Cenk Uygur is not even a factor, but let's say by some miracle he's allowed on the ballot. Cenk Uygur versus Trump, Trump. Trump won't even have to try. He'll just let Cenk make a complete ass out of himself on the debate stage. And
the problem is no matter who runs against Trump, Trump's going to make himself look like an asshole, and it's only cultist idiots like you that are going to be like, oh, of course I'm voting for Trump, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about 99.9% of the time. And that 0.9 or 0.0 or 0.1%, excuse me, sorry, I just ate a squat of squid. That 0.1% of the time that I can agree with you has pretty much only happened in this stream. Because it's used for cooking. It's not like, oh, let me get Snow's clam juice, not a sponsor, for a refreshing summertime drink. No, it literally says on here for chowders and seafood dishes. You're supposed to add it in for that. Well, if you're making something and, like, say you want to add like a sauce to your mussels or your clams or something, and you want to deglaze the pan, you would probably use something like Snow's clam juice, not a sponsor, to actually deglaze the pan so you get more of like the ocean flavor. But god damn, minced clams just taste like really small clams. think I'd be willing to eat that. Dave just can't wait to be understander. Understander the wait to be understander the Donald's dictatorship. Oh, I think you mean underneath the Donald's dictatorship. Yeah, because he would get everything that he wants, and then everything that he needs would be taken away, and he would be pissed off to no end. But he would just blame the left, because, well, hey, it's Dave. He's an idiot.
No goddamn well that would happen.
I need more chips. I'm sorry.
This is coming from a guy, like, I am the guy who was going through Biden's record and pointing out for everybody, hey, there's actually a lot of really good things here that we need to acknowledge. I'm that guy. I'm the guy who went with a fine-tooth comb through the IRA and told you every single provision that's based as hell. And I'm happy I did that, because all the information is important. At the same time, you have to acknowledge...
Except out of my petri dish of a kitchen iron gullet, I outcooked your master, your hero, and humiliated him. Again, I outcooked...
Dave. The vast majority of people that you talk to either make fun of your cooking or have no connection to Jake. And you've been told this time and time again. We make fun of your cooking almost every week on brunch. I have no connection to Jake other than, like, I think I was on stream with him and you at one time. That's it. I don't watch Jake. Iron Gullet doesn't typically watch Jake. He said that. You're just so obsessed with Jake, and you don't understand how bad your fucking cooking is, that you're in this delusion of, you know, you gotta fucking fluff up that little millimeter Peter every time someone fucks with you about Jake.
Jake, he's never once challenged me.
Yeah, stupid.
Knowledge.
Okay.
When homie hasn't lost a step. He's lost 7 steps. And between
God.
his age and then you mix it with what's happening in Gaza right now, if you're hemorrhaging young voters and you're hemorrhaging Arab American and Muslim American voters, it really is true. I mean, look, it wasn't that long ago I thought Biden was a 60% favorite to win the White House. Now I think Trump's the 60% favorite to win the White House, and that might even be a little too kind.
Good. Great. We need the glorious leader, Trump, back in America.
So...
what the fuck was that?
I mean, thank you for beating Trump the first time around, but dog, it's time to step aside. And I think, like, so
God.
the confidence...
Who else do they have, Kyle? Who? Dean Phillips has no chance. Marianna Williamson...
all of these people would have a chance if, like, both the DNC and the media weren't just propping up Biden. You don't understand what you're talking about. J-Mag, I could use a tomato beer. Too bad I don't have V8. If you're talking about like are you just talking about like the V8 and beer? Or are you talking about like a michelada? Because micheladas are fucking fantastic. Can I title brunch Thanksgiving Kate's version for me? Thank you. Remind me when I make the stream.
It has
tomorrow.
no chance. Cenk Uygur can't run. Who do they have? Who? Gavin Newsom? Okay. He'll probably fail against Trump because Gavin Newsom is despised outside of California, and it wouldn't shock me if he lost California. Who else do you have? Andrew Cuomo? No, he's disgraced. Your only hope is if The Rock fucking just says, you know what? Donald Trump, I'm going to lay the smack down all over your candy ass. I'm going to drop the people's elbow at the polls. I am Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and I'm running for president.
Wow, that was the weakest ass promo I've ever fucking heard. Whew. And I've never even watched wrestling. I despise professional wrestling. And I say that by the acting one, not like actual professional wrestlers. Olympians. It feels like American presidential elections never end. They never do. They never do. It's always, you're constantly on the campaign trail. You're constantly doing X, Y, or Z. I'm not a fan of Clamato, but I'm willing to give a michelada a try. Definitely do it. Do it on like a nice hot day. Go and like either watch a video on how to make a michelada, but have one on a hot day. You'll love it. You're gonna be like, wow, this is one of the best things I've ever fucking had.
Unless he does that, you're fucked. You have no candidates. You have nothing.
You just named like 6 candidates.
Nothing.
All right. Let's see.
I'd love to know who the fuck you have.
Let's see, Andrew Tate.
Chuck Grassley? No.
Oh.
Who do you have?
So let's get to the meat and potatoes of why I was talking shit about Lord of Patriarchy. Because I've been here for what? Yeah, over an hour.
I really...
All right. So let's see if we kind of frame it up.
Big fat...
There we go. Let's go back 5 seconds. All right, let's see why this fat, frumpy, never had a woman touch him in his entire life, never gonna get married, never gonna have a relationship, fucking loser wants to talk about someone who's, I'm guessing, is on Twitter and is just an easy target.
I will do this. This big fat fucking bitch.
For you to date him.
500K!
I mean, haven't you ever known?
What do you do for a living? I'm a fucking therapist. How much should a
So, big fat bitch is a therapist.
guy earn for you to date him?
500K!
Now, I really hope this fucking twat is drunk.
She's clearly
Close to
like
$1 million.
wasted.
If he doesn't, I'm not gonna say yes. Do
Oh
you
wait.
hear me?
How much should a guy pay for an engagement ring?
He needs to pay again. 500. He gets paid every year. 500. He saves that towards the ring if he...
Okay, so she wants a $500,000 engagement ring.
So I may have made a mistake on that donation. Hold on, I have to text me. Yeah, she's very drunk and she is Australian and she can still be a therapist. And if that's her opinion, then the vast majority, it doesn't matter how, what their preference is. 99% of dudes are just going to be like $500,000 on a fucking engagement ring. Are you fucking out of your mind? Like, hell no. Yeah, she's smashed.
Okay, let's just assume that she's drunk. But this is her delusion. So we have 18 to 85. I'm going to exclude married people. Or married guys. And I'm going to exclude height. And fat fucks. Or I'm going to include fat fucks.
What about you, you fat fuck? You fat, balding loser? Mr. Going Nowhere in his 40s? Mr. None of my family wants to fucking be around me because I'm such a frumpy, fat, fucking douchebag to everyone? What the fuck about you? What makes you the fucking prize? You're not. You're 5'6", fat as shit, drunk all the time, you're unintelligent, you don't have a job, and the only thing you got going for you is one of your cousins is willing to sit down and watch TV while you fuck off to somewhere else in the house, and he doesn't have to fucking talk to you. I'm guessing he, because I don't think any women in your family want to be around you, because you're a piece of shit.
Even though you know goddamn well what her requirements would be. You know goddamn well. So, from Shaquille O'Neal to Danny DeVito, and from, I can't think of a fat dude. Jack Black to, I don't know, Tom Cruise, whatever. Let's
Dude,
find out.
who the fuck? You are none of those people. First of all, Jack Black is a husky dude, but he's charismatic. He's funny. He's a good actor, and he's successful. What makes you anywhere close to Jack Black? Tom Cruise is like 5'5", but he's a jet pilot. He does all of his own stunts. He knows how to parachute. He's a fucking movie star. And he, like, the motherfucker has licenses on damn near every vehicle known. Meanwhile, who the fuck are you? You're a 5'6" piece of shit with nothing to show for all of your years on this earth. Except a certificate that says you graduated broadcasting school and you can't even broadcast. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, man.
Wow. She has a 0.07% chance of meeting a man like that. I know this was taken.
Put your own stats in there. Put your own stats in there. Why don't we do that? Mango, can you send me a link to this? To this thing? And we'll put his stats in and find out what percentage a U.S. male, or excuse me, U.S. female is likely to date him.
Taken to the UK and
or meet his standard.
But it's pretty comparable between the U.S. and the UK. Now,
ooh, facts, Gryffindoggo. Every time he blacks out, he gets typically somewhere around, like, 1.5 to 2 times his usual viewership. It's usually around, somewhere between 30 and 40 viewers, which isn't a lot, but the fact that he's just passed out drunk. And I think Mango has done Dave Watch twice in this last year, and that's less than half of the amount of times that he's passed out drunk on stream.
Of that 0.07% of male that exists that just makes $500,000 a year, how many of them are going to pick some chubby fucking cunt with a bad attitude?
So, if the steel industry is looking in for any resources, there's plenty of irony coming out of the mouth of this dumb fuck. Alright, thank you. Awesome. Female delusion calculator. Alright, let's see. I wonder if we can... Let's see. Let's put... I think he's 42. Fine. We can exclude married. What? Minimum height. Yeah. Minimum income. What do you think? 70K. How much do you think he makes? That's gonna be the defining factor. Why am I looking over there? I need to minimize this one. Dave, you don't even make $50,000 a year. Boop. We'll put it at the high end. Find out. 7.8%. Not married, white, at least 5'6" tall, any weight, earning at least $50,000 per year. 7.8%. Pretty fucking low, Dave. Aspiring cat lady. New search. Let's see. We'll do this. 30 to... well, 34. 35. Fine. Fuck it. White. Minimum height. If I were a woman... exclude obese. Let's put... fuck it. I'll put 35K. Make it easy on you. Find out. 1.5%. Oh my god. Cat enthusiast? I'm not a cat enthusiast. So if I were, which I'm not married, I'm white, I'm 6 foot tall. I think that's the one that got it. Not obese, earning at least $35,000 a year. This is why I was like, is there a male calculator? Let's see. Why don't I do this on the... no. That's fine. I'll take it. I got standards, bro. Let me see. Why don't we do this? There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Exclude mothers. Let's see. Do. And oh, hey, look at that. This is define the woman of my dreams. Okay. Race, white, height, 5'6". This one's a little more rudimentary. That's fine. No. Minimum income. Find out. 1.9296. Oof. Not faring well on this one. 3 out of 5 red pills. Ooh. Aspiring bachelor. New search. Let's do this. 42. 34. I'll be 34 next year. What? Height? No, I'm definitely not 6'2". Oh. There we go. Fucking whatever. We'll even lower this. We'll do 35. Find out. Getting results. 0%! Warning, selection criteria exceeds maximum capabilities. Even in the current year, the likelihood of finding a woman that meets this criteria is close to none. Fewer than women. Oh my goodness! 5 out of 5 red pills. Oof. Why don't I do this? Because I probably make around that. Find out. Still 0%. Oh my goodness. The probability of a woman in the U.S. of female population aged 34 to 34 meets your standard is 0%. Wait, I think I fucked something up. Raise height. No. Let's do this. Still 0%. Oh, neat. Well, Dave, you beat me out. I know when I've been bested on an internet algorithm. The fuck? Women over 6 foot are scarce. Yeah. Meet almost all those requirements, but I'm 31. Did you see why I called Dave Barfbeard? I did not see that. Hey, Yammy. I'm here, fuckers. What did I miss? I ate squid, mistakenly. Too narrow an age range. I think that's right. However, comma space. Dave, you're 34. All right. How about this? Why don't we do a more public poll? One's in the chat if you would fuck me. Or hook up with me. Let's say that. Dave, you have nothing but dudes in your chat. One. It's a hypothetical, by the way.
Yeah,
Random
Iron
chance.
Gullet, he might
Fuck
be
it.
my biggest fan or biggest stalker, because no matter
I did
what's
eat squid.
going
It's
on
actually
in
pretty
his
good.
life, he is going
Although I
to
might
view
have to
my live stream
go poop
and
later.
download it. He will stop everything. Hell, if I'm broadcasting on his fucking wedding day, he will stop his
Guaranteed Iron Gullet would get married before you do.
wedding ceremony and record my live stream broadcast. Because, again, he's
Ooh,
a fucking
awesome.
loser that lives in his mom's basement that has nothing better to do.
And that's not you.
Again, you...
All right.
Had trouble sleeping, compared with 30.7% of white respondents. Black and Latinx people...
Oh, dude. I will not show that again. Thank you, Iron Gullet Clips. Holy fuck, that was disgusting. Then again, I'd fuck Mango too, and Mud, and Neon. Jesus Christ. Barf beard. Holy shit. I'm taking my one back. Fair enough. Oh my god, dude. All right. Don't you encourage her, Mango. Save me. That's disgusting, dude. Don't you encourage her, J-Mag. My poor innocence. Yeah, well, no. You know what? If you kept that one, your poor innocence would have been far more defiled enjoyably. There you go. Corrupted. Now I'm going to go with defiled. Yeah. Oh, and I'm the bad guy. Yeah, see? I can't even agree.
You follow me so often, I know you don't have a job, Iron Gullet.
He's told you that he's on disability. That he can only work so much, you fucking idiot. And if you guys are wondering, this shit is from what? How many days ago? Let me see. More. Hands, Chris. Don't support his stream. This one is from. Where's the? Oh, November 22nd. Why didn't I look at that? November 22nd, the day before Thanksgiving. And Iron Gullet has told him multiple times that he's on disability and he can't actually, like work very much. What an idiot. Oh my god.
Well, again,
You know you're an alcoholic when you repeat yourself.
why don't you bring up,
Then again, I do that all the fucking time.
you little cornbread.
But I don't.
Tell you what, just do the cornbread cooking video.
I usually preface it with, did I tell you this? Because I can't remember who I fucking told the same thing to. He's done the exact same thing before with the same lady. Oh yeah, he did.
Just do the cornbread cooking video, then we can.
Actually, you're right. Because I was like, when I saw that, I was like, aren't you watching the same fucking thing before? But I don't think he went through this. Did he? Because I was focused on the chat. I was in the chat more. Because I remember him watching that video. But it wasn't the exact same video. He did the probably. Oh my god. I remember being in the chat and there was somebody in there that's like, I know this person. And then I started contacting Mango. I was like, find out who this person is and we'll figure it out. Oh my god. Oh my god, Dave. It took me being distracted. I remember this shit. Jesus fucking Christ, Dave. Oh god. Mango, can you clip those and splice them together for me? All right, we got plenty of other shit to go through. Now, how is he not kicked off the internet? Honestly, I don't know. Like, he is a fucking horrible misogynist. He violates YouTube's terms of service and all kinds of shit all the time. I don't know how he hasn't been kicked off to, like, Rumble. He watched the same Jake cooking video 3 days in a row. That sounds like him, but I don't remember that one. I'm fighting that squad too. I think it's more the oil. Ugh. Okay. Well, folks. Anyway. So here's something you guys haven't seen. Unless you watch Nats and the Pizza. Subscribe to Nats and the Pizza.
All right, I got a new one called Cheddar.
Oh, yeah. What is that called?
Cheddar Potato Bake.
That looks good, Vaughn. Yeah.
I just want to say Dave puking was not the worst thing. The worst thing he does is just leave it in his beard. He doesn't get up to wash it out. I honestly feel like that squad of squid could come up at any moment, but I'm going to leave. I'm not just going to sit here and barf onto myself and be like, oh yeah, I got a stream to do. Tell me you're addicted to the internet without telling me.
Let me check it.
Yeah, it does look awful because it's a fucking Stouffer's meal. All right. Everybody, prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Thank you, Nats and the Pizza.
Now, you know, I told you about that where you take an onion, you cut it in half, and
I was talking about that. I was talking about that when you were with the plumber. I cut an onion in half. I put one half on one plate, one half.
So he cut an onion in half and set it behind his door. And that's what it looks like. I'll keep my camera off until he moves it.
From the other plate. Holy shit!
Look at the nasty black shit it got out of my air. Look at that.
Oh wow, that doesn't look as bad.
He thinks that all of the mold that used to be half of an onion. So as you can see, like, the shell is still there, like the very outside layer that's usually, you know, pretty hard, needs to be peeled off, plus the skin, that's still there. But all these little layers that have shriveled up and blackened, he thinks that's just the shit in the air that's been pulled out. That poor onion did not do anything. Onion's in the chat for RIP that onion.
Shit, it got out of my air. Look at that.
Oh wow,
Vaughn, that's just a moldy onion. Yes, Yami. He did think putting a half onion behind his door would clean the air in his room. Yes, he did. But wait, there's more. More that you can do with an onion to detox yourself.
That doesn't look as bad as mine. Mine was fucking nasty looking. I tried it.
Yeah.
And it made the ear smell so clean.
Oh yeah. It literally pulls the nasty out of your air. And look how black that fuck.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, and so yeah, it works. It actually fucking works. Wow, imagine that, guys. But yeah,
Holy
it pulled
shit.
all the nasty out of the air. And I ain't going to touch that motherfucker with a 10-foot pole. But I mean, you know,
Gavin, it's just like secular opinion says, don't stare into the shit abyss too long. You might fall in.
Can you imagine what it would do if you strapped it to your foot and it pulled all the shit out of your body?
Ooh, yeah.
People say swear by that. They say you can do that too. You tie the fucker to your foot.
We used to tie an onion to our belt because that was the style back in the day. No, if you tie onions to your feet, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna be walking on onions all day, and then you're gonna be known as Old Onion Foot, or that fucking weird guy that walks on onions. Oh, it detoxes the feet. No, it doesn't. You smell like onions. In fact, that's why you work in that corner of the shop, and everybody else works on the other side, because that corner has a vent fan that you're right next to. God damn.
And
dude.
get you some duct tape, and duct tape half of an onion to your bottom, to the sole of your foot, and they say it'll draw the toxins right out of your body, man, just like it did the air. It'll pull them toxins right out, and it'll probably be just as black as this one is.
Yeah.
Duct tape an onion to the bottom of your feet. Get all them toxins out. The myth is actually putting potatoes on the bottom of your feet while you sleep. Still doesn't work. Typically, it's what goes in and then comes out, i.e. your waste. So, if I don't know, if all you're drinking is Mountain Dew and all you're eating is Stouffer's meals, you're not going to have very good nutrition. However, if you drink water and you eat, fruits, vegetables, and proteins, you're actually going to have a pretty healthy body.
Probably. But as you can see, it's black as coal tar,
Wow,
so
that
it
is
works.
amazing.
It works. It fucking works. Now I ain't gonna touch this. I'm gonna throw it away. I'm gonna save the bucket though, and hopefully that guy will get another place rented out for me. He's talking like he might.
Taters are for Burns. Mango. Jeez. Hence why I said the myth. Oh, fair enough. Anyone remember that weird TV commercial where you put some weird strip on the bottom of your feet and it turns black saying it's detoxing your body as you sleep? I vaguely remember that. But all that stuff is it's just dirt. Dirt. Hey, what's going on, John? Koi Dog Ranch in the house. But look how nasty his hands are. Hold on, I was looking at his hands. Let's go back. Go back a little bit. I mean, he's got sausage fingers.
See, it's black as coal
Wow,
tar, so
that
it
is
works.
amazing.
It works. It fucking works. Now I ain't gonna touch this. I'm gonna throw it away. I'm gonna save the bucket though, and
that's a styrofoam bowl. It's not a bucket. It's a styrofoam bowl and it's covered in mold.
hopefully that guy will get another place rented out for me. He's talking like he might be able to get $400 for that.
That very nice. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be $700. That'll be a little bit better. That'll be a little bit better. Now, see, my outgo is still higher than that. My outgo
Well,
is.
You got to somehow figure out what to do about that electric bill.
Yeah, well, you know what? These fluorescent
$400 a month for electric.
I got
$400 a month for electric. $400 a month. He's got all of the lights, his computer, and all of the heat running off of electric. 24/7, I guarantee you. There's no way. Like, my fucking, my brother's got like a high-speed ass house. And he complained about a $250 electric bill, I think last year, when it got cold. But that's because they were running the heat all the fucking time. And like, he was just like, why the fuck is this up so much? He's like, we gotta turn off, like, I don't know, grow lights or whatever the fuck. He's not growing weed. He just has a lot of fucking plants and succulents. But he's like, we gotta turn off this and that. He's like, I got efficiency problems or something. He's like, I can't fucking believe it. I was just like, yeah, like, that happens. Like, I only would have a $400 electric bill if I had somebody knocking on my door saying, hey, you haven't paid your bill in several months. You might want to do that before we cut it off. Secular said he probably got all the lights on in the house and the shed and such. Yeah. Give anything for a power bill under $300. Oh, hey, what's going on, Miss Rain Seattle? I mean, it depends on where you live. Like, for me, I'm in a fucking single wide, and even with the fact that I usually use mostly electric heat, I don't ever have anything over like $200, even in the dead of winter. Like, I just put on more clothes and grab a fucking blanket. And then I turn off the heat where it needs to be turned off. My bill for this month is $150. Yeah, like almost all of the lights in my house are LED lights as well. So, like, I don't have hardly any incandescent lights, whether they're soft white or bright white. Doesn't matter. They're LED. So that cuts down a shitload. So yeah. Yeah, Vaughn's putting onions on his feet and doesn't understand how electricity works. All right. Oh, that's just we'll do that. We're gonna play some Dapperton, and then I'm gonna get out of here because honestly, I just kind of want to lay down for a second. That squid, I think, is more the oil. That squad ain't sitting too light in my stomach. I'm not gonna fucking regurge on stream, but I just kind of want to relax for a minute. Plus, I gotta get up early tomorrow. I gotta work really early. All right, is everybody ready? Is everybody ready for the cringiest, the absolute cringiest intro you've ever seen? Are you ready? One's in the chat if you're ready. I'm gonna play it anyway. I don't give a shit if you're ready or not. Cocksuckingest intro. Oh. Alright. Here we go. You guys sure you're ready? Tune in.
When Nazis and commies gathering the fray, Mr. Skeleton comes out to play, crushing these cowards every day. Romantic enemy, he comes out, bring them to their knees. This way of thinking is such a disease. What's it gonna take to make them see? Every time the handcuffs come around, Mr. Dapperton will be going down. Teeth in the ruffian AP, the supreme of the anarchy. Mr. Dapperton.
Oh! Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was just like an AI metal cover that he made, but this is the only thing I thought of.
Oh no, cringe. I was born on a Dublin street where the Lyle drums did beat. The loving English feet that walked all over us. Oh.
Why did you make us watch that? Because everybody should know about that fucking terrible ridiculousness. And it only gets worse from here, folks. I watched a little bit of this video, and I think I made it like 2 minutes in, and I was like, I want to watch something else. And I may cut it short. I actually really don't feel good. I think it was all that oil. But we'll see.
Wild Trump on steroids appears. Or in other words, a wild ANCAP appears. Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Mr. Dapperton channel. As you all know, probably already, that Trump is the closest we've ever had to a based-ass libertarian president. Now, here's the thing.
Here's the thing. If you're a libertarian, you're a moron. And if you're an ANCAP, you're an even bigger moron. Because if you think, like, there doesn't need to be some kind of centralized government, then there's an issue. Because, Dapperton, we lived in your world. Who's to say that I don't have just far more resources than you, and you have your tiny little police force that covers a block, and then I cover 6 other blocks, and I'm like, hey, I have way more resources. I'm just going to employ your police force and then kick you the fuck out. I just don't care. You'd be totally okay with that. No, you always think you're going to be on top. You're one of those people that thinks during the zombie apocalypse, basically what's going to happen is you're going to be the hero when you're probably just going to end up as one of the zombies. That's it. You're going to end up as one of the zombies, just like the vast majority of people. You won't be the fucking hero in the story. Like, you won't. And with what he's talking about, Javier, I think it's Millet, the dude literally basically like cosplays as his own superhero, and it's General ANCAP. You can look it up. General ANCAP. I thought it said a wild Trump appeals on steroids. I want to keep going. I don't feel good. I really, really don't feel good. I'm trying my hardest to take this dude down, but I don't want to end up like Dave. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover this next time and just go like shit and lay down and grab a bucket, because I definitely should not have eaten that all of that oil. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I really appreciate all of you for coming by, and thank you for all of your support. I'll be on Underhaven tomorrow. Mango will put the links in the chat. And peace out. I wanted to cover this pretty bad, but I really just don't feel good. So thank you all. Hopefully you guys had a good Thanksgiving and everything and whatnot. Peace out, and I will see you on the next one. I apologize that I'm ending early, but yeah, I don't think I can sit here much longer. So thank you. Hit the links up at the top if you're watching after the fact, and hopefully next time I eat something I won't feel like this. Everybody take care. I appreciate it.